Ladies and gentlemen, welcome yet once again to episode 42 of the Swish Nomads Podcast, your go-to African basketball podcast made by African people for African people. So as I speak, it's your boy D, your favorite co-host, your favorite host, let's say, and then to all my fellow fans and people that are listening to my show and listening to the Swish Nomads Podcast. Shout out to you, kudos to you guys to tune in, to stick around every day. So I am introducing my co-hostess. This great panel full of nice and wonderful people that love to roast kids in here in this podcast. So first thing first, we're gonna start about the Nigerian that uh, have issues with
Oh.
pronunciation African names. It's getting African names always wrong. So yeah, how you doing, OG?
I'm fine. I thought we were coming with peace today, but clearly you want problems, so I'm ready for you. Let's go.
You know I don't want peace. I want problem always.
Always.
So always, that's what I do. And then now it's time to introduce Afro basket reigning champ. Unfortunately, Pedro, how you doing, sir? He always have an Angolan thing in him. Did you? Either it's a shirt, either it's a T-shirt or something on his back.
Hey, I gotta rep my brand. Anyways, hey, listen, I'm blessed. I'm here, episode 42. I'm a little bit pissed because I only won 2 quizzes. I think I was delusional thinking it was more. So I'm 1 win away from I'm almost lying.
He said he was
I'm delusional, but hey, listen. Too bad Jonathan is back, so I think my odds are a little bit limited, but it's all good. I'll put up a fight. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like for today your odds are really good, though. You can trust me if you did follow to everything that you had to follow. So because some of the question I actually took them for your page. So for those who want to tune into Angolan basketball, tune into Angola players, on Instagram and also present in all socials as well. Jonathan, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I just had too much to eat and now I'm sleepy. If you see me yawning, people, it's just please forgive me. I'm not bored. I'm just sleepy. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's I'm looking forward to the quiz. 13 wins. I think it's counting and yeah, difficult to be. It's difficult to be
It's
me.
13.
I don't know who said that, but yeah, it's difficult to be me.
It
Yeah.
is crazy.
Damn,
High five to me.
that
Yeah.
is sick.
You show people a leaderboard and personalities just change.
I know.
That is crazy. But hey, for those people, shout out to you guys. You have more than 2 wins, fortunately, which is really good. So for me, I'm not even that excited for the quizzes, but as today that I'm hosting, guys, this will be a really fun quiz. So yeah, for today's episode, for all the audience and all the people that are listening to the Swish Nomads Podcast, for today's episode, we have the hot topic as usual with my co-host Carols. After we're gonna jump right into the question of the week, which is really interesting because of the new that happened into the basketball that can actually flip the basketball landscape in Africa. And after that, we're gonna have hidden hoops. And for today's episode, we chose Mozambique, a powerhouse for women's Afrobasket, I guess. And after that, it will be the quiz. So first thing first, like, share, subscribe, go into our socials, share to your pages, share to all your people. And great news, we're now present on Apple Podcasts as well. So yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe. And now let's jump into the hot topics with my co-host Kettle.
Okay, the hot topics this week. First of all, if you haven't heard it, the commissioner of the NBA, his name is Adam Silver, and obviously I can say his name correctly, announced this week that the NBA is going to take a leap and sell 12 franchises to Africa. For those that don't know, that would be in the Basketball Africa League. He was speaking at a conference when he mentioned the expansion project that is going to take place. And in that, it includes teams that have already been established as well as new teams that will be created. This will be a closed franchise, which means those 12 teams will play just like we have in the NBA. And it will be the transformation of the BAL from what we have to a new, I guess, type of league. Following on from that, we said we were going to watch a few different players doing different things around the league. So let's start with the lovely man, or young man, should I say, Kalman Maluak from South Sudan had his debut game, preseason game, against the Los Angeles Lakers. For those that don't know, he plays for the Phoenix Suns. He scored 4 points and had 6 rebounds and a massive dunk. So congratulations to Kalman. We are all cheering him on, and we can't wait to see what he does in the regular season. Also, this week, Sadi, Jordan, and Bile are going to be in Benghazi, courtesy of Export Africa. The Road to BAL Libyan champions have gone on to sign 9 different players and a new coach in order to win their Road to BAL leg, which is going to take place, if you haven't already heard it, in Mali, Tanzania, and DR Congo. The dates are already out, but I can tell you them later if you want to know. So 2 big names are standouts in the BAL, which is Mohamed Sadi, who we all know and love. He's absolutely gorgeous, and he's great at basketball as well. And they were key pieces in Tripoli's title last year, and John Jordan, fresh off of Afrobasket, is the go-to guy for Fuz Rabat, who has now extended with that club as well. So we're going to see familiar faces as well as Omar Abada. Ahmed Omar. I don't know how I read that wrong. Ahmed Omar, who was the coach of Etihad last season, and Shuda Bile from South Sudan, who has played in the BAL for the ABC Fighters in 2023. So we have a whole host of African talent that's coming to the Road to BAL. I'm sure we're also going to see Omar Abada, but probably in the BAL as opposed to the Road to BAL. And some other news. Visit Rwanda has agreed to a long-term partnership deal with the LA Clippers. So Visit Rwanda has signed this deal, expanding the US sports presence in Rwanda as a country. So this deal includes regenerating basketball courts, exchange programs between players, as well as grassroots development in the country. So this is also strengthening their tourism and investment in the country. This is something we had actually discussed in last week's podcast about how teams grow their youth programs. This is one way that Rwanda has found to do it. And my last piece of hot topics, which is a little bit of a controversial one, Bengi Sporting Club, I think that's what the SC stands for, the president Cyril Demango, seeks the Central African Republic Federation leadership. So Mr. Demango is the president of Bangui Sporting Club. He's going to run for the presidency of the Central African Republic Basketball Federation, pledging transparency, youth development, and infrastructure growth, as well as a stronger national team for men and women ahead of the elections on October 30th. Now, it's controversial because Coach Liz Mills, who we all it's nothing, she hasn't gone anywhere. She has coached in Africa before, says that Demango still owes salaries and bonuses to players and staff from the 2023 Road to BAL and 2024 BAL seasons. Despite these unpaid obligations, he continues to campaign that he is accountable, transparent, and is good at management. So she says that DRC basketball deserves better and more accountable leadership. So it'll be interesting to see if that influences or any other people start talking about the current president as he runs for election of the presidency of the federation. Final piece of hot topics. Marcel is still sick with dengue fever. We all wish him a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see him back on the podcast. That's it from me. Back to you, Djigo.
Great, and very insightful hot topic as usual. Boss lady doing her thing and showing her how good she is at her job. So just to kind of like transition from the hot topic to the actual question of the week. So the first piece of hot topic that Kero did mention in this episode was that Commissioner Adam Silver, planning to expand it to a 12-team, league for the actual BAL, which lead to my question of the week: is the NBA deciding for us as African? And I wanna hear from Pedro. What's your take on that?
You're on mute.
You're muted, bro.
My bad.
It's all good.
We've
I
only
hope-
been doing it like 42 episodes, but sure.
I know, but listen, I hope I don't get canceled. But the
Here we
NBA
go.
is deciding for us. Europe decides for us. We all asking for handouts. I keep telling everybody, we don't need a seat at that table. We need to build our own table. But if you have a baggage mentality, please do it. Because listen, let me just tell you something. I remember, I'm not even talking about only the BAL. It's AfroBasket 2021. Tavares went and had a tip dunk. I think that was a tip dunk. He just got the ball, dunked it, and cracked the backboard. They had to call some expats to change the backboard. And I was like, we can't even do that. At the BAL, everything, in terms of marketing, I understand it's supposed to be a collective effort, but you cannot go and sell, because you were selling I remember in South Africa, there was amazing. The crowds were full. But you saw Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic. You saw so many. The BAL started doing merchandise, but they weren't selling players. If you realize, they didn't sell players. They don't market our players,
But can I come back on that just to I think one of the reasons why they weren't selling players and teams is because they don't have the licensing agreement to do that. And I'm saying that as someone who is doing licensing agreements myself. You can't just put a player's name on a jersey and sell it without talking to the agent, talking to the player, talking to the team of that player as well. So I think that's probably why they weren't selling, because I don't think they were selling other players. I don't think they were selling any players' names.
No, they weren't. But sell the team, and then you can personalize the thing over there.
Yeah, but you can't do that unless you have a licensing agreement from the team.
So if
the team has to agree. Oh, Jonathan.
Let Jonathan go.
Reminding on what you just said, if they wanted to, they could have done it. That's the question. So to answer the question, the initial question, yes, they are deciding for us, because, like I said, if they wanted to sell jerseys with names of players, they could have done it at any given time. I think it was part of the original plan at first, where you could just have merchandise from players, from teams, and all that, but they still didn't get into the. I may be wrong. I'm gonna say I may be wrong, but I'm convinced that if at some point they wanted to sell merchandise, player merchandise, they could have done it at any given point from season one till now. That's my point. Thank you.
Facts. No, because can I just going back to the question, to trying to find out, is it normal that you have the Asia Cup, right? Asia Cup, Asia Cup or whatever you see, when they have the Intercontinental Cup, they don't have, the only ones without our own uniforms are the Africans. If you realize, because Petro doesn't have, because we all. I mean, okay, they pick the colors, yeah, but then some. I see some. They standardize the uniforms. They just change the name.
True.
There's no identity. There's no identity. Petro has their own identity. There's three colors, you know. Ferroviario, they have all their own identity. But what they do is like, okay, here's the thing. We give you those colors. We put your thing. You just put your name, and then I mean, I don't know. I just think it's like if we want to go and have a say in what's going on in our leagues, but we cannot have a beggars mentality, be with a hand. Oh, please feed us. You know, that's my question, my answer. You know, like yeah, to a certain extent, it is better. You know, now a lot of guys have made a name for themselves because of that league,
Mm,
but it's
mm.
still not where we want to be in terms of independence, so to speak.
True. So, Kero, I wanna have your input on the subject regarding to the question of is the NBA deciding force, but really to put a focus on what type of impact that only 12 team league could have in the whole basketball ecosystem, because I think yesterday or 2 days ago we had a call in the group chat where we were discussing that matter, and then to kind of showcase what is the impact that the BL have in the local leagues. For example, the thing that happened in Senegal, which is my country, is since that that winning your local league qualifies you to something, organizations are putting more effort. So it will be really sad for them to say that, okay, now this is Senegal, and Video Dakar will be the only team that will represent Senegal. So the league will get back to where it was. And then we know that in the 4 year or 5 year span that in the league in Senegal happens, the teams are playing for something, even to the road to BL, because they play for exposure, they play for something bigger than what they have in the country. Because let's be real, we're in Africa, and sometimes when you win the league, it wasn't qualifying for anything. The check price that you would have, it's 10 million from CFA, and the expenses that you would have throughout the whole season would have like exceed those type of amounts. So, Kera, I really wanted to have your input on that.
I think what's really crazy is I'm probably going to argue against myself. So I was on a call as well. Most of I think most of us were on that call. Afro Ballers, Africa Basket, Basketball 255 as well. And we were discussing this same thing. I then had conversations with different people from like outside of African basketball as well. And here's what it comes down to. Yes, they are deciding for us because we refuse to do the work ourselves. And I say that in two ways.
Mm,
The first being,
fair.
if we think about how long we have had to come up with a format or to rework the formats we already have, or even just look at our national leagues, apart from Egypt, Tunisia, Angola, now Rwanda, out of 55 countries, we can name five that have working leagues where they're playing week in, week out. The players are paid, and you as a fan can buy a ticket to go watch that
True.
game, or you can buy merchandise from the clubs within that league.
True.
So the NBA coming in now and saying, we're going to do that, but we're only going to do it with 12 teams, and we're going to select those teams. Yes, they're deciding for us, but how long are you prepared to wait for us to do the work ourselves? And my only thing against that, well, no, there's two. My two things against that is the first being, I think, rightly or wrongly, they're going to choose countries or teams where it's about selling t-shirts, selling tickets, as opposed to the legacy of basketball in that country. For example, conversations have been had about why um, the NBA Europe League is not interested in potentially working with Lithuania, Greece, and Serbia. And they say it's about the culture. They don't like the fans. They don't like what they represent. It's not clean cut. Um, Other people say it's about the politics. They don't like how they do basketball and whatever. And then other people say, well, no, they're just not big enough markets. They don't make enough money. Whereas if you go to London, You take a team like Chelsea, who doesn't have a basketball club, and you say Chelsea, who, if you go to the deepest, darkest place in Ajegule, you will find somebody wearing a Chelsea football top.
Mm.
Are you going to find somebody wearing a Panathinaikos basketball jersey? Probably not.
Yeah.
So they're going for the brands that already exist and then asking them to create basketball around them, which is something that we see in Spanish basketball.
Mm.
Like Real Madrid, Barca, they have a basketball team and a football team.
Mm.
Like that's and they've been able to grow the fan base because you're not supporting just the football, you're supporting the club, and they're bringing that ethos of the club. I think that's something that works very well in Europe. It's a club, it's not a specific sport. You are a fan of the club. And I wonder, and I think some North African countries do that as well. It's you are a supporter of the club, and the club has different sports, so you pick and choose the ones that you like.
Mm.
My worry is that they go pick a South Africa, they pick a Morocco, probably not a bad bet, Algeria. These countries have money, but do they have basketball? Like, is basketball a big deal for them? And the answer is no.
Mm.
But if we're talking about growing the money so that you can then put back into the grassroots, maybe that's the right way to do it. The second point is something that Djigo said. What happens to all of the goodwill, the money, and the hard work that's gone into building up these local leagues who then fight for the road to BAL? Because let's be very clear, potentially this is going to happen in 2027, which is after the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So after 2 years, the road to BAL as a competition becomes redundant. It's no longer, it doesn't mean anything. There's no point in having it because you cannot progress into the BAL because the BAL is a closed league. Therefore, does FIBA keep running that competition with no kind of prize at the end, which means federations and governments in some cases stop putting money into it because why? There's no, they're not going to get anything from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then if they do that, then why would they then invest in their local leagues? If you know that, for example, in Nigeria, they're going to choose Rivers Hoopers. In Senegal, they're going to choose, sorry, what was the team you mentioned?
Ice Vidrika.
Asville de Dakar. In Rwanda, the one that's interesting to me is Rwanda. Which team are they going to pick from Rwanda? Because every year it changes,
Yeah.
right? It's not as
True.
straightforward as Angola, where Petro de la Rwanda is always the winning team. So in Rwanda, which team gets to represent Rwanda? And I
Yeah,
think that
which is very
this is
unfair.
yeah, it's very unfair unless they then decide, okay, from Rwanda we'll have two or three teams, but they share the arena because you don't need to build like an arena for each team right now. That's part of maybe phase 4 or phase 5 in terms of expansion. I just think there will be federations and countries who see this as, well, now I don't need to put money into basketball because we're never going to get to the level that those 12 teams already are at. And then the other thing that we're not considering is the franchise owners of these 12 teams. How sure are we that they're going to be African? That they're going to know our ethos and our culture? Or are they just going to bring in billionaires and millionaires who already have an existing understanding of how to run teams, how to run a big corporation, and they're just going to do things by the book in a way to make money, because that's essentially what we need to do. We need to make money, and the ethos and the culture of that country or that team means nothing. That those are the questions I have. So to answer your question, yes, the NBA are deciding for us, but I think someone has to, because clearly we don't know how to do it ourselves. And it pains me to say that out loud. I don't say that with any joy in my heart. I just think, like, if we keep waiting, nothing is
Yeah,
going to
fair.
change.
True. True. Jonathan.
Yeah, I join OG on what you said, you know. But my question is, what happens to those teams? I think she already answered, but I need to ask it once again. Sorry about that. What happens to those teams, to those countries, but are not selected, that are not in the top 12? Let's talk about
Hmm.
island countries.
Hmm.
Seychelles,
DR Congo is not going
Madagascar.
to be in there either.
Okay, I'm talking about small countries first, and then those who
Hmm.
have some legacy. About what happens is what will happen is that like you said, you rightly said, basketball at some point is bound to disappear. They're gonna play for peanuts, for nothing, and then oh, okay, yeah, we used to go to the road to BL, and that's it, and it's no more a thing for them. Now, for countries like DR Congo, for countries like Mozambique, where basketball is a thing, it's like it's a way of life. Just
Hmm.
let's face it. Let's be honest about it. What will happen? Are we bound to see Mozambique disappearing from the scene? Because let's think of it as a global thing. When the basketball ecosystem doesn't get the funding, it's the men and the women's team and the under 16 and the under 18s that go down. And does that mean that in, let's just say, 5 years, um, and I sincerely hope it's not going to happen. Does that mean that in 5 years or 10 years we're not going to see Mozambique at the women's Afrobasket? If if let's have a broad vision of the same issue, the same problem, where NBA comes and says we're gonna pick 12 teams, 12 clubs. So which means that at some point in these 12 countries, there will be some money injected there, and this will go back to the basketball, to each of their own basketball ecosystem, and the remaining countries outside of this ecosystem, what will happen to them? This is the big question we need to ask, and I'm pretty sure that no one is ready to answer this question because no one has given it a second thought at this moment. Maybe whoever's deciding is saying we'll cross the bridge when we reach it, but this is a question that needs to be addressed now because, like, I mean, some countries have shown a progress. You take Burundi. They have a very competitive teams. The league is very competitive. Tanzania.
True.
Uh,
Mm.
let's say Mozambique. There's a professional league ongoing there. Uh,
Hmm.
so many countries again. But what will happen to these teams, to these countries? This is the question that no one has answered, no one has asked, and no one can answer right now. I think it will take some time to find the answer, but deep down inside us, I think we all know what will happen. What can happen, possibly.
But Jonathan, can I ask that potentially, and I hate to be the person that's actually trying to be on the NBA side, but I'm trying to think of all of the angles. Could we not argue that those leagues continue and then players who are special, super talented, maybe then get brought up into those 12 teams? Because even those 12 teams, they're going to cycle players in and out, right? They're not going to just keep players from just Nigeria, just Tunisia, just Egypt, just my hope is that they will look for players around the continent to build a winning team. And potentially, when we go to places like the Intercontinental, our teams are stronger because it isn't just five players from that country, then five players that are international. It's actually a mix of the best players in Africa going to the Intercontinental. Do you not think that that will happen?
Yes and no, because who will follow a league where there's no potential interest?
Mm.
When the players come and play just because they need to play, they're not playing for a goal. They're playing just because they need to play. Do you get the how it
Yeah.
stands? And I mean, it's I hope, and I really hope I'm wrong, but like I know some players in Tanzania, good players, but the furthest that they will ever go, it will be in Kenya, or nearest to
Really?
them is Rwanda, because they don't make it past the road to BAL over Elite 16 stage, no? Because
Mm.
the big stage is the BAL. Let's
Yes.
let's let's be a, so if they don't make it past that, so how will they even move further? And I think it's
True.
we need to see the global image first, and this is something that no one saw coming. I mean, there's someone who thought about it at some point, but he didn't deem it necessary to say, okay, let's think about something else because NBA is out here to make money. Oh, we all agree on that.
Yes. I think
And
we can all agree. Yeah.
and as long as money is the is motoring the motive, is the main motive here. What we'll see is our players coming to play only for money, not because they like the basketball, they like the club, they like the all that. Oh, you'll see what we call it in sports jargon,
Mm.
mercenaries. People come and sell the talents for the highest bid, highest price. So
Mm.
that's how I see things.
But
I don't know if you. Yeah, sure, sure.
can I just add the caveat that then what should happen is every federation should do their best to make sure that their local league is seen. Like it doesn't cost that much to live stream your games and organize it in a way that we have a website where we can actually go and follow how many teams are playing, what the stats of the players are. Maybe we can watch a live YouTube link. I just feel like if you as a federation is not doing that now, why, like now when you have the road to BAL, the last 5 years when the BAL was in this format, it did not change. You didn't think to invest then. Now you want to come and complain when they've decided, okay, this kind of works, and now we're going to make this work to our advantage. Now everybody wants to complain about it. I don't think that's fair because nobody should come and save you. You guys should be doing the work and you chose not to. It's no one's fault but your own. Oh man, I
Can I?
sound like, oh, I hate how I
No, no. Can I just I was going through Instagram before and I forgot to mention that. I went back now. Mozambique Basketball Federation faces FIBA Africa potential suspension
Oh,
over $15,000 debt. And then
oh, I didn't know.
you want to go and expect we doing it ourselves, and you know.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we talking about a country that every competition, no, they're not going to participate because there's no money, and then there's a last minute like state of the art meeting with a finance minister or whatever, and then they go, and even without training camp, these girls they go and ball out.
Hmm.
That's another thing, you know. But we got to do better, people. We have to do better because they know there's a Olympic cycle, right? It's 4 years. They
Hmm.
know each tournament they're gonna go as a club level, as a national team level. You
Hmm.
know, they don't participate in. I mean, I don't see U18, U16.
Yeah.
So at least like senior level, they at least the girls women's team is like the one, the flag bearer. Like so,
Hmm.
might as well just take care of them.
It's a tough one because
Yep.
as much as I don't agree with the closed league. I also understand from a financial perspective, if you're going to invest all this money, you need to see a return. And why would you invest in country like Burundi? As much as I love it, I love the players that come from there. They're still playing outside. They don't even have an arena. So how could they host games? So how can people say it's unfair when they don't even have the basic structure that you need to be able to have a team? Your team
True.
needs a home to host home and away
But
at home games. You don't have it.
Yeah.
but can
So
I
I,
ask you
I feel
something?
like we have to be honest about that as well.
How's it gonna work? Because they want to create 12 teams from scratch, right?
No, no, no. I think it's a
No, I
combination
feel
of
like it's or maybe to empower like champions that are like, or club
I
that are
think,
really stable in their country,
yeah.
and then yeah,
And
something
then
like
and
that.
then some others will be created. So you already
Yeah,
have some established teams that are going to
yeah,
be from the press release that I saw. You
mhm,
have some established teams, and then they will create other teams in certain markets. And for me, that prime example would be like South Africa. South Africa
mhm,
doesn't have like a proper team, so they will
yeah,
Yeah.
create a team
Create
in a
a team.
place.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
I think he mentioned Johannesburg in the actual clip.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
Yeah.
assume like Johannesburg is one of the places they're thinking. They create a team there, bring in, a millionaire who knows what he's doing, he or she knows what they're doing. And then they get the best players from South Africa in that team, plus some other players from other places. And then that's how the franchise begins. But a point that Kevin made from Afroballers is he said, a smart person who actually cares about basketball does this. They buy the franchise and then they start building schools, colleges, academic programs where
Mm.
essentially if you want your kid to come, pay me and your kid can come to this school. And this school is the school that funnels their talent from that grassroots all the way up
No way.
into
Mm.
men's and women's ages. And then that way, you're now building a foundation that's going to last for a long period of time. And potentially, the countries next door, if they
Yeah.
don't have a team, they can send their kids too. And then you're building a bigger ecosystem. If even
Makes
if you
sense.
had one of those north, south, east, west, potentially central as well, that's better than what we have now.
Hmm.
Tell me if
But
I'm wrong.
no, 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 you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But who I'm gonna give like most of the African countries that I know, and then the teams that they're doing big time in a basketball landscape, African landscape. They're state-owned teams. I would give
State
you
owned.
like
Okay.
yeah, they're state-owned like Petro. Petro is the oil ministry, and Sonangol, the biggest oil company. Primeiro de Agosto is the armed forces. Inter is the police, the same as other countries.
Hmm.
IS-1 is the customs, right? Yeah.
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 FAP, Force Armée Police. So
Yeah.
most of these they already got like the not the unlimited budget, but compared to the other ones, they already got at a higher financial status, so to speak. So you're gonna have the NBA come and inject money in that team already. That is, because is
Yeah.
that team gonna play only in this NBA league or only gonna play
And
in the local
that
league?
was another question because surely once those teams sign, unless they do like in the ACB, right? You Real Madrid and Barca play ACB and they play EuroLeague.
Junior league. Yeah.
Right. So there's a potential of that. But then there's also the potential that you as an owner say, nah, I'm not bothering with the local league. I've invested X amount of money. I only want my players to play in the BAL because I want them to rest. I don't want them to get injured. Also, think about this, and this is something that nobody has considered. How are we transporting 12 teams around Africa? Can we
That
just
is
take a
that is
second?
so true. That is so true
Because for
because
you
we
to fly from Cairo to
yeah.
Johannesburg, you can't do that as a direct flight.
Nope.
So are they all? Are you flying somebody who's like Tavares's height on a commercial plane, making them fly 8 hours to Europe, have a 4 hour layover, then another 6 hours back to Johannesburg, and then they
To
have
play
to do
one
the same
game.
thing to play one game, and then they have to do
Okay.
the same thing again? Or are you saying all of the owners are going to have private jets for their teams so that they can get to these places? Because I don't understand the transportation.
Yeah,
Unless you're saying
that's
the 12 teams are all going to be concentrated in north, south, east, or west. How are we moving everybody?
or maybe they do conferences just like we
A
just like
boat,
they do in
you
the
know.
NBA
No,
to
no,
kind of
no,
like
no, no. That's not what they said, bro.
By
We,
boat,
that
you
is just
know,
the idea.
or maybe they
do
have
you
the
say by
players run.
boat? You
Yeah,
say by
Jonathan
boat?
said but he said by boat. He
Have the
said by
players run,
boat.
you know, from Cairo to
Oh
Johannesburg, and
yeah. It will be very challenging to fly a
physical
whole team
conditioning.
like for entire season. Hmm.
But this is what I mean. Like, money is going to have to be spent by the NBA as well as whoever these owners are to make this thing work. Because also,
True.
it doesn't make financial sense for you to pay for this team to only play 1 day a week.
Yeah.
What they do in the other six days, they're at least in the first season, they're gonna be playing 2 games a week.
Yeah. Or something like that.
But
So
With
let,
yeah,
let's be clear on
question is
something.
open.
Let's be clear on one thing, okay? If we're all like we're all supposing, we're all assuming it's going to be like this and like that, but I bet whatever you want that there's someone who has been thinking about all this. You know, they have strategists, they have marketing specialists, they have
Hmm.
logistics specialists, and all that. And they have people to think about that. I'm sure they'll come out with a wonderful solution at some point. As much as I hate to say or I love to say, I don't know. I'm still torn between the two. But
Hmm.
yeah, they will find a way. Definitely, will find a way at some point, and it's gonna be something of big that we we didn't expect. Yeah, but let's just be honest about it. It's the NBA. When they want something done, they do it. They just come and say, "Okay, you can't do it. Okay,
Yep.
I'll do it for you." And
Hmm.
they show us.
Yep.
Maybe you'll be finding new routes from Cairo to Joburg to wherever.
Mhm.
if if you want something done, they have it done. So let's just
Yep.
hope for the best. I mean,
I
it's all
mean,
for the
nobody
game.
wants it to be bad, right? I
Yeah,
think even however we all feel about it, we still all want it to be successful because at the end of the day, those are our players.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
our
True.
players to have careers. We want them to be seen. We want them to be paid. We want them to be
Mm.
respected. It's just, it's a shame that we couldn't do that for them. That somebody else had to, like the amount of times at school, like I was taught about colonialism. I was taught about all these things that happened to us. And we had no say in how these things affected us. They just happened. We were just told these things have to happen this way because this person says so. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it's
Mhm.
frustrating that it feels like we've come so far. Like, what did everybody fight for independence for? What did everybody fight to send their kids abroad and to get educations and to own their own businesses for us to not be able to sort out something as simple as sports? We're not trying to solve world peace, guys. We're just trying to put basketball games on.
Indeed, yeah. So that was it for question of the week. Very clear inputs, and for those or to our people and community that are listening to the podcast, if you have some answer that you want to really highlight to, make sure to put it into the comment sections on YouTube or Instagram or whatever social that you're going to post it, because it's a very interesting topic and it can absolutely change the landscape of African basketball for the near future. So thank you, my co-hosts, for your insight and your great takes on that subject, which was a really sensitive subject, but we have to discuss about it to kind of be in the actuality of what happening in there. So now we're gonna move into the hide and hoops, and I will hand over to Kero for the present of for the past. My bad of Namibian now Mozambique basketball, and Jonathan for the present, and Pifan for the future. So Kero, quick and sharp.
Okay, let's talk about Mozambique basketball. So, basketball arrived in Mozambique during the 1950s during Portuguese colonial rule. They started in schools and army clubs. So, that's nothing special. That's how it's always been. But it was when Mozambique gained independence in 1975, that's when the game really took root. They joined FIBA 3 years later in 1978. And then from then on, basketball became part of the country's sporting identity. In Maputo, which is the capital city, yes?
Yes.
Yes, great, good, good, good. I like to get co-signing. Um, clubs like, and here we go, Maxiquiena, Deportivo de Maputo, I know you're laughing at me, and Ferroviario de Maputo became breeding grounds for talent. These clubs weren't just teams, they were basketball schools. And out of these systems came some of the most technically sound players in African basketball. Now, where Mozambique truly shone is in the women's game. Their women's national team has become continental powerhouses since the 1990s. Silver medals at Afrobasket in 1993, 2013, and 2019, and bronze in 2011. Always competitive, always disciplined. And their club scene, Ferroviario, has dominated the African Women's Champions Cup. You guys know what is the WBLA, but you know they've had so many names I can't even like, yeah. And they've had success there. Um, there have been some notable players in both the women's and the men's teams, which I'm sure my co-host will tell you about. But the only thing that lacked back then, has changed from back then to now is the input in their youth game. So whereas before you had those schools that were breeding young people, those schools have not been doing the same thing now. And now I'm going to pass you over to Jonathan, who's
Jonathan.
going to do
Yeah.
the present.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Oh my god. Uh, who's laughing? Who dared laugh at me?
I
Always
did.
your people. Oh, live Djigo, see your life.
Te-
When you
Technology,
win five,
know.
when you win five quizzes, you can start laughing at me, please.
Yo, old head having issues to pay on a Zoom call, telling me when. Oh my god, oh, that's crazy.
So,
Please,
uh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so basically, Mozambique is seen as a powerhouse on the women's side of on the women's side. Okay, lately they have always been just a whisker away from the semi-finals or final of the women's Afrobasket. But I think that personally, my take is that the team is getting older. But let's just say it. Older doesn't mean that they can't play. They play very well. We'll talk about Leia Donge, uh, Doctor uh, Ingrid,
Ingville.
Inville
Ingvild, yeah,
Makuro.
Buka, yeah. Thank you, Ingvild.
Thank
I
you.
think about, but there's some young players, Chenea Pinto, if I'm not wrong,
Hmm.
who are making it, are getting ready to take on the legacy, the Mozambique legacy. We have, but I don't know what's been happening lately in the past 2 or 3 of women's Afrobasket. Uh, they have been just they've been just off, like they can't they can't compete. They have a very competitive team, but they fall short of to teams like Cameroon in 2023, if I'm not wrong. This or Nigeria or Senegal or whatever. Uh, the men's team on the other side is just a bit less successful, a bit even more unsuccessful because they didn't even make it to AfroBasket last time. I don't know why Djigo is laughing. Why that is finding funny. When your team finished fourth, couldn't even make it to the podium.
I am catching strays for
Yeah, just
everywhere.
every
Thank
opportunity to shoot
for
you. I
every
don't understand.
opportunities to roast me, man.
And Marcel's not even here. That's what's crazy.
You
Yeah,
see grown people bullying young kids, man.
yeah. Especially, you shouldn't laugh at Djigo, but yeah, that's not the point of the presentation. And but they have very good uh, clubs like Ferroviario uh,
De Beira,
Tabera. Uh, this is for the men's and for women's. It was Costa do Sol. I'm
Costa
saying it
Soya.
off the top of my head. I don't remember many of those names, but yeah, they have they're very competitive in club level at the continental level. Like Women's Champions Cup or WBLA as it's called now. So I guess that this year we need to have a look at what the Mozambique teams can do at the coming road to BAL and the WBLA. That's it for me, and I hand over the mic to PFAC for the future.
Um, Based on what we just noticed, found out, the future doesn't look promising. There are sisters and brothers and sisters from the Indian Ocean, and there was a huge rivalry between Angola and Mozambique before, also on the men's side. Now it's more so on the women's side, but unfortunately, these. I mean, I don't know. How can you? You're going to be suspended. Can you imagine FIBA's going to suspend you because you owe money to, But that's not a. It's a common practice in a lot of federations, uh, mostly in our continent. However, I did a little research on this. Even though they don't participate in like you because they're not even in the rankings. I went to the rankings. They're not even the top 20 when it comes to girls. Can you imagine? There's not Mozambique is not in the top 20 in FIBA youth level for girls. In for boys, the same scenario, not in the top 20 for Africa, And then, unfortunately, it's not a pretty good outlook. But on the women's side, they number 4. But this source of information that we got now, source of news, is going to offset this amazing job that these ladies do because, like Tamara said, the Leodon, Ingrid Mukwado, Silvia Veloso, they got a lot of OGs. They're gonna go and pass the baton to the new ones. They got Felipa Calisto. I remember she plays at University of George Washington. They got Delma Zita and Sally. They play for Auburn and Texas El Paso. So
Nice.
Mozambique had a history. There's one lady called, and it's her birthday today. Shout out to
Oh,
Clarice Mashangwana. It's her birthday
hey,
today. She
happy
turned,
birthday.
yeah, Clarice Mashangwana, the OG of Mozambique in basketball. She played for University of let me think Old Dominion University, and then she played at the WNBA level. So she is somebody that, I mean, she raised the bar like this. So all these other youngins coming up, they got to go and look up for to try to replicate what she did. But I'm pretty sure that Mozambique, given the passion they have for the game, I don't know what happened to the boys' side. The men's side, they just disappeared. Whatever, they just But on the women's side, they gotta. I mean, I think there's the real MVP in Ingrid Mukwado. I mean, that lady, she's a doctor and she can ball. You
Mhm.
know, she's a doctor and she can ball. So I'm just saying, like, this generation cannot go withstand. I mean, come on, come up with the money, cough up the money, $15,000, not that much. Pay FIBA so these girls can still play. And then for the future, I'm just, we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we're in limbo because there's no information. I know a couple of girls that play in the U.S. And then I mean, hopefully when they come back to the national team, they're going to bring that added experience, added competitive. They will have an advantage. And then come on, you have Tamara Seda playing in Spain. You have Leodon playing in France. So these girls can go and play. There's some girls that also play in Portugal. So these girls can go and play a different level in terms of competitiveness, and then still go help Costa do Sol, Ferroviário when the playoffs come. So yeah,
Mm.
that's my. But listen, Mozambique, you got to do better. Come on, let's go.
Thank you guys for this segment of Hide and Hopes, which was a really, really, really insightful. So now it's time for the serious things. Are you
I
guys
got
ready? Do you have your piece of paper, your pen? Pull out everything that you need for this quiz. Because it will be a tough one since I only have one win. I have
What,
30 to catch up.
what's crazy is that now that you're the host, I can't, there's every opportunity for me to come last. So I'd appreciate it if you throw me some questions that I can answer. Uh,
Hey,
because
no
I
I
worries.
tell
know.
you something.
P-Funk
I,
is
t-
here.
I,
P-Funk is here.
I tell you something. I tell you something. Jigo, see you live. Jigo,
Oh,
remember who let you win. Remember who let you
Yeah,
yeah,
win.
I listened to that episode. I didn't realize you won because he said, "Okay, you can have it." I thought you actually won one.
it
That's
was a
crazy.
pity win, so it doesn't
Yes,
count.
it shouldn't
I'll
count. You
prove.
should really have
Enough,
zero.
enough,
You should
enough,
have
enough,
zero.
enough, enough. Question number one. Enough, enough. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
question number one: how many African-born players
Oh,
are on an NBA roster? Was on an NBA roster for the 2020 for the last season?
last season,
How can
Okay.
I know?
African
How?
African born, right? So not that they
Yeah.
got the passport afterwards.
Yeah, African born. How many African born players
In
are
the
on an
whole
NBA
league,
roster?
My God.
In the whole
How,
league?
how many teams are there? 32? No, that's
30.
too many.
30,
30.
30. Yeah.
There's
I
got
mean,
to be at
I'm
least
gonna
one
win
on
this.
each, right? So I'm gonna go with that because I'm sure he's gonna give the points to the closest number. So
Yeah, I'm gonna. I know. I'm gonna write.
yeah, if
So
Jonathan gets
answer
this right, I'm done with this game.
answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show your answers. 24,
Whoa, really?
13. Okay. Jonathan.
Oh, am I
16.
really off like that?
So the closest one is Jonathan
What?
with
How?
16. The correct number is 17 players, which was a record
What?
for last season.
Wow.
Why is Jonathan even laughing? Look at him! Look at him! Look at him!
Kara, you said you would quit, right? If you got that one.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm too
yeah,
competitive.
Okay.
fortunately, he didn't get that one. It's 17 players, so I just give it to the closest number, so you know.
That's crazy.
Okay.
200 bucks.
Question.
200 bucks and I quit. 200 bucks and I quit.
Okay. Question number 2. Name the top 3 scoring leaders at the AfroBasket, men's AfroBasket 2025. Top 3 per average.
Broski.
What?
Can I
Per
just ask a
average.
question? Are these players all within the teams in the top 4 or no? That's all
No,
I need.
no. I think
No?
overall.
No,
None of
no.
them.
I think it's
No.
overall.
But I can give you a clue.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
go.
They're all from West Africa.
Okay. So we're talking Senegal, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, potentially. And Mali. Oh, but no, Mali was in the top 4, so it can't be Mali. Wait, does Cape Verde count as West Africa or no?
It does count as West
Does it?
Africa.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I don't.
of course.
Yeah. Okay.
It does.
I don't know. 3. The averages. I don't know. I don't know. I know one.
Average scoring leaders. You can give names. I mean,
No,
I
the
don't
names.
mind.
The names.
Oh wait,
I know
you
the
said
names. But
you said.
so there's 2
Sorry, go on.
point questions. If I get the names and not the yeah, I get the
Yeah.
correct
So
order.
first of all, you have to get the correct order of the leading
Oh, we have to
scorers.
get it in
And
order. Oh,
yeah,
damn.
and
Okay,
after
I was
there
just
is a
writing
bonus
names.
question. After there is a bonus question for the average points. See what I mean?
I know the players. I don't know the averages. I know because I
Okay,
remember.
Okay, you can
I
name
have
the
a.
players.
Okay, Djigo, my friend. I
I
just
know the
have a
players.
question, please. Is one of them from Senegal? Yes or no?
It won't be fair. I will
Well,
let
then
you guess.
just whisper it to me.
Answers in 5,
Wait. Oh my gosh.
4,
Okay, hold on. Um,
3, 2, 1. Show your
wait,
answers.
wait.
Okay.
Um,
Jonathan. Okay. Carol.
Childe Tavares Diallo.
No, Childe didn't score
Oh,
that much. No,
yeah.
He got the top.
Children.
Didn't he? Didn't he get
No.
the top scorer? Was that not
no, I
him?
got the
Nope.
MVP only.
He-
Oh,
he-
okay. Can I change mine? Sorry, I no. Yeah, I'm changing. Shut up, everyone. I'm changing it. Everyone, be quiet. What did you guys put? I'm gonna put what you guys put. BOIS. I'm changing it to
Hey.
Boise. I thought the award was the top scorer award for some reason.
No,
Okay,
So,
so mine is now Boise, Tavares,
so
and Diallo.
Tavares not a
okay.
No,
scorer.
not
Oh,
Eddie,
Will
the
Tavares.
baby Tavares.
Will Tavares. Okay.
He scored a lot of points.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't.
So the correct order
Just one
is
thing.
Alpha Jallo number 1, Branco Baggio number 2, Jean-Jacques Boissy
And
number
Jean
3.
Jacques. Okay, I got
Well,
this
I
one, but I
get a
didn't
point
put
for
any
2
more.
of those. I got 2
Okay.
of those before.
Who got
You,
three? Who
you
got
need
three?
to have them
Who
on
got three?
order, Carol.
Hold
You
on,
need
what?
to have them on
Head
order.
of free. How about free? Hey, look at me.
He
Look
wrote
at
the
me.
article. He wrote the article. That's not fair. Wait, did you get it right too?
No, Jonathan and Pedro get it right.
I should get
Right?
points. I got two of the names.
Nope. It's either you have all of them or you have none of them.
Oh, you gotta get all of them,
Let,
guys.
let me tell you something right now, Djigo,
Yeah, you
because
should
you're
know. You
Yep.
acting
should.
like my op, and I need to tell you what happens to ops of mine. You don't win in life. Let me tell you that for free. If this is the road you have chosen to go down, you will not succeed, my friend. I think you
See ya.
Nigerian juju.
just think about your life very carefully before you ask your next question.
Juju from UK, right? I'm actually in Africa. Did you know that I'm actually in Africa? What are we talking about?
No,
Okay,
juju from
bonus point.
Spain.
Bonus point. Do you have if you have the average right?
How do
What?
I have?
Okay, I can just guess
Okay.
that, right? I'm just gonna guess averages.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Here it
problem with
is. Here
that.
it is. Here it is. Jigo. Jigo, see your life.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Jonathan have the bonus points.
I got it
So
too. What are you talking about? Right
What's
there.
the third
Jonathan,
one?
Jonathan,
The
What's
third one,
Jonathan,
what's the third one?
18. The first one was 18, actually. How
So
about that?
false.
That's it. Okay.
False.
So Alpha Jallo averaged 23 points, Brown Coup
Okay.
19.9,
Yeah.
which is 20, and Jean-Jacques Boisy averaged 19 points. So yeah,
Well,
Jonathan have the point.
I got two of the three. I should get a point, actually. I
Okay,
got
I'll
Yeah,
two
give
we,
of
you
the
a
we,
three.
point.
Thank
I'll
you.
I'll, I'll
Thank
give
you.
you a point.
so till
Okay.
now, just please, count the points. Count the points.
Bonus.
Jonathan,
Count the
where
points.
are you right now?
I'll count them later, bro. Question number 3. What the hell are we doing, man? Still, from this year Afrobasket, who led the whole tournament in 3-point percentage?
Oh, we talked about it before.
Player or team?
Yeah.
Who led the whole tournament in 3-point
Player or
percentage?
team?
Player.
Player or
Who led
team?
the whole tournament in 3-point percentage?
Are they fronting on
Player.
a goal?
Nope.
Damn.
I can give you the literally the team.
Okay, can you give me the team? I think I know what it
No,
is.
I will
But...
give you the zone.
Okay, team in the zone.
They're from Maghreb,
From where?
like the north of Africa.
Oh, then it's not what I was thinking at all then.
And then you're gonna ask what's the percentage also?
Percentage is for the bonus
Yeah,
question.
he was leading by I remember the guy. What's his name?
Yeah, he was leading by a lot.
Is he
Yeah.
from Tunisia or Egypt?
He's from Egypt.
Okay. Then I know who it is.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I don't know the percentage though. Okay, let me, because we talked about it, but we didn't
Yeah.
write down.
Yeah. You were too busy working, you know. So it was answered in 5, 4, 3, 2. Show your answers.
I'm not sure,
Please
but
show your answers. Okay, P-Funk. Okay, the beard.
you
Carol.
you what?
Okay, so everyone got a point. It was
Yes, I
Ibrahim
think we
Zahran.
should. Mine was
So
process of elimination. So
bonus point for the percentage.
I already put it's here.
oh, did you put it? It can't be
60?
60. That's
Okay.
too high.
Okay.
He was
60.
I think
No, he was higher. He was higher.
higher, right?
I'm
was
gonna go
higher.
63.
62. Okay.
Hey, that's 62.5.
Okay. Carol 63. So the bonus question goes to the beard.
Why?
Actually, because he showed his percentage was 62.5.
You know. I tell you something. I tell you something. Just please.
He's a journalist.
There's one
man.
guy.
Come on.
There's one guy who believed in me when no one did. That guy. No. I tell you.
Yeah.
I'm serious about that. That guy.
Mhm.
He's my. I don't know. I don't even know how to call him. You know, and I thank him because even though at times he used to. You know, Jonathan, you need to work harder. You need to learn your lesson. Lamin, this one goes out to you. I,
I mean, you believed in me too. I'm not winning this quiz though. How's that helping me?
Question number
Lamin, I
4.
respect you.
So let's go to the women's Afrobasket.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Give me in
I thought it was gonna be
order
some NBA.
the final.
NBA.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I thought it was
no.
NBA.
I just gave you one NBA question, so it's all
Oh
good.
God.
Give me the final top 5 of the women's Afrobasket in order.
Of
Huh?
teams.
Teams, yeah.
Oh,
The top
teams.
teams, yeah. Top 5. Women's Afrobasket 2025.
We
You
always
need to
talk
get
about
them
three.
all. You need to get them all right in order.
Okay, I know the three, but the other ones I don't know.
Oh, sure. When there's no Angola, you don't know.
Okay.
Okay, guys, write something.
Okay, whatever. Let me write. So first one I know. The three ones I know.
Okay. Answers
I,
in
j- I
5.
just
And I
need to
know.
know
Wait.
did Cote d'Ivoire place higher than Uganda?
I said top 5
Uh-huh.
people.
That's why I'm asking you. Did Cote d'Ivoire place higher than Uganda? Yes or no? That's all I
Oh,
need to
I
know.
remember. I know who was number 4 now. I know who's number 4. I remember.
No one's worried about 4. We're worried about
No,
number 5, guys.
But number 5, I don't know.
Guys, why don't we all help each other out? All I need to know, Jonathan, do not be involved. Listen,
They beat Mozambique. I know it is. They
who
beat
beat
Mozambique.
Mozambique?
Yeah. It's yeah. I got it.
Hey,
I
shoot.
know. Get them.
Wow.
Okay.
Answers
You're not
in
even gonna help
5,
me. You're not gonna help me, people.
4,
Just type in.
3, 2,
50 bucks.
1.
50 bucks.
Show your
I
answers.
will-
Okay. So the correct
You
order.
know what's crazy is that's who I thought it was all along, but then I was worried that CIV beat them, and I couldn't
Okay.
remember the game.
So everybody have the correct order, which is really good.
It's
I mean, come
women's
on.
basketball. Come on.
No, I remember Senegal. I was all hype about Senegal. You remember?
When the number 5 one really got me because I was like, where did Uganda place? Where the hell did
It was gonna be
Uganda place?
Mozambique.
It was Cameroon.
Yeah.
So, beautiful people. Last
Mhm.
question. Who was the MVP of this U16 Women's Afrobasket?
Oh, piss
How would
off.
I know the name? Oh Lord.
Actually piss the hell off.
I'm not even.
Of women.
U16 Women's Afrobasket, yeah.
Egypt. Someone from Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone from Egypt.
Okay. Yeah, bring it on. Bring it
I
on.
mean, Jonathan was
Lamin,
there, so he's got
this
an
one goes-
advantage. He was
This
there.
one goes out to you,
Be unfair,
my
'cause
uncle.
Jonathan-
Lamin, this one goes out to you, man.
Wait.
You're taking
yeah,
the
yeah.
quiz too seriously, brother. There's not only
No,
quiz
no,
in
no.
life.
Yeah.
I'm not even
I know
answering.
her
man.
name.
Yo, Pedro gave up, man.
I don't remember the
No.
name.
It's
tell
a
you.
name that I spelt wrong last time. I put like a letter in that wasn't supposed to be there, and you guys were like, "Oh,
As usual.
yes,
As
as
usual.
usual." But it's we know it's Egyptian. There was 2 Egyptian girls in the All-Star 5,
Oh yeah.
right? And I got one of them.
That
I
was
put
the
an extra.
guard. The guard.
Yes.
Yeah, the guard.
Was-
I forgot. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know her name.
Okay. Answers
okay, can
in
you
5.
just tell me what it begins with? Just tell me what it begins with, because it's on
With
the
a
tip
letter.
of my tongue. Yeah, the
With a
letter.
letter.
I just
Letter?
yeah,
You want the first name or the last name?
first name, letter, and then
First
I'll know.
name. Like an F.
Oh, I think I called her
Oh
Farah,
yeah.
and it
Oh
wasn't.
yeah. No.
I think I know. Yeah. Okay.
I know.
You.
Yeah.
You.
Okay. So
Yeah, there's no
answers.
I. It's not Fatima. It's Fatma.
Wait,
it's not Fatima.
wait. You need to give
So-
it a full name now.
Put Fatima,
My full
yeah.
name is here.
No, we
The full
don't.
name is
No, we
here.
don't. No, we don't. Don't
My
even
full
try.
name is here. Please.
Abdullah.
Listen,
I've
she's
got.
so good. She's like Messi, Cristiano. They don't need another. You know, she's like Pele.
Yeah. Yeah,
know,
you just
people-
Fatma.
people-
Fatma from
Kobe,
Egypt.
Kobe.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry. As from now,
Money.
please call me the best. Stop. You call me the best.
Okay, from next week's quiz, you have to do full names, but we can't just change the rules in the middle of a quiz. That is not
Yeah.
You
proper.
call me the best. No, 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 no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
calling you the best.
No, 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 no. You
I
bunch
got
of
a call.
losers. You know.
I had the name.
No, no, no.
Fuck no.
So I got to call
You gotta
Tiff as
remember,
the champ,
she,
and I got to call you the best. How does that work out here? What does that make
No,
me
no,
the
you call me
loser?
the best.
I'm not doing that.
You call me the best, please, please. See, all of you, see your lives.
no, we gotta understand something. When we thought his name was Deji, he was really, really bad. And then
Yeah.
he got a mercy win. He got a mercy win. So he's calling the shots now. Oh yeah, I got one win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce to the reigning champ of the Swish Nomads Quiz came back, and the winner is Jonathan, having
Yeah,
all the questions
I'm not.
right.
I'm not clapping for him. I'm not clapping. I'm not doing
you
this with
know,
him. Every week.
there's so many people out there believing in me, especially Lamin. I can't go around deceiving him. And a high five to me.
Yo, he literally high fived
He
himself,
high-fived
man.
himself. I'm done.
That is crazy. So yeah, guys, that's a wrap for episode 42 of the Swish Nomad podcast. It was really fun to be with you guys like usual. So people, we're doing it for you guys. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share through all of your socials. If you want the audio only experience, we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you want the video experience, you can go check it out on YouTube, which is actually the best version of the Swish Nomad podcast. And yep, quick
You
switch,
see
keep
me high
switching.
fiving myself.
So, final talk.
Uh,
Final talk. Who's hosting
I
next
mean,
week?
it was supposed to be Marcel, but he's not here, so I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's gonna
So,
be Jonathan then.
yeah,
No, because
No,
Jonathan just
I
hosted.
hosted
Jonathan
last
just
So
week.
it's
hosted.
you.
So, it'll
Oh,
be
is
I
it
thought it was
me?
you.
It's
I
me.
guess so.
All right.
Yeah.
I can give you a final thought. My final thought is there any correlation between how attractive a player is and how well he plays on the court? Just
Nope.
think about that and no, there must be something. Yeah. Think about that and we'll come back next week and we'll discuss it. That's going to be our question of the week.
Thank you, guys. That's a wrap. That's a dating podcast, man. I'm not doing it, man. I did not sign up for that, man.
That's a Tinder.